So my album just got a review, and I want to read the review with you guys because I just love the writing of it, and Evana, the person who wrote it, said some very, very nice things to say about my album, so let's read it together. Imagine a shadow chamber of a hauntingly dark and yet majestic castle where Dracula himself sits upon a throne. Skeletor snares from a distant corner. That is the blah 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 blah. I like that. I love that imagery. But the thing I find hilarious is that Dracula's throne is this one. It's a computer chair. It has cushions on the back because my back gets sore. But I could also just imagine Skeletor snaring in the corner, a bit like this.
Remember, if you throw a ginger at a brick, it is confusing.
Next she goes on to say some very nice things about the guitar, the drums, and how crazy they are. But the thing I love the most is she wrote that bass lines lurk beneath. And I just think of that like, am I stalking people with my bass? A bit like this. Jacob Bruce Morgan, that's me, the mastermind behind Chadarnook. Wait, stop there. She called me a mastermind. That makes me think I'm like a supervillain. Yeah, I am the evil Jacob Bruce Morgan. I'm gonna take over the world with music. Not the best plan to take over the world with, but... Yep. It's based in Christchurch, New Zealand, recorded and produced in his home studio. Yep, right in here. Right where we're sitting is where I worked on it. The subjective opinion of 2025 is a testament to the blood, sweat and tears and the sleepless nights that anyone familiar with this process knows it demands. Yeah, I wouldn't say sleepless nights, but I definitely would say it was very, very freaking hard. Let's just say, it's not hard to do all this mixing stuff. I've done it quite a while. I did it all in my studies. But when you're balancing this and full-time work and life outside of here, is that there is a lot to be done. So I'm very grateful for that type of comment. It really hurts my heart. Hurts my heart. The journey begins with the haunting intro Scarlet Rot, a piece that could easily serve as an opening to a horror film. Its eerie tension slowly drawing the curtain back on the darkness to come. That was the intention, by the way. And then she listed her favourite songs from my album, which are Forsake My Necromants. That is one of my favourites too. Ventus ad Caelum. That is definitely one of my favourites as well. And Storm, which I do think Storm is one of the best things I've written on the album. So I think she's about right. And yeah. Yeah, I can't actually make a joke out of that. That's actually about right. Those are some of my favourite songs off of that album as well. I am more akin to Mr. Wendigo just for the melody, but I do think I wish I did the vocals better. If I do re-record it in the future, that's what I'll probably do the vocals better. Olivia Fisher, Fishy, Ducky, a singer and former Miss Canterbury finalist, a girl after my own heart. Man, she's after my heart too, but she's got a fucking knife. And Queen Bee, the storyteller slash performer slash dramatic queen slash bee, makes an appearance on this album, rather. I mean, here's the big thing about those things. I didn't tell her any of that stuff. I love the fact that Evana did all of her own research. You have no idea how much work goes into something like this when you see little snippets like that. Like, I did not tell her that Olivia was a former Miss Canterbury finalist. She was also Miss Congeniality, my friend Livy. I have no idea what that word means, as I cannot pronounce it that well. But I do know that it means that she did very, very, very well. And I'm glad that my friends are getting recognition. And as for Queen Beanie, yep, she was the storyteller in my thing. And I do want her to record and release more music, but we are both busy bees. Queen busy bees, if you must. What sets Chadarnook apart... What sets Chadarnook's style apart is the theatricality. Every note feels designed to invoke imagery of a swirling fog rising from decrepit graveyards where demons lurk. Every track is a spectacle, a twisted dance of gloom that demands attention. Yeah, there's nothing to really say about that. That's absolutely correct. I do not do things unintentionally. Like, I don't think this person's she loves music, but she's not deep into the big musical theory thing. But if you have a listen to a lot of the songs, they often change time signature and key signature, but every note is specific and every rhythm idea is in there. Like, most of the time, the drums and the bass are playing different rhythms from each other and with the guitars and stuff, and then they link up in the end. Every single note is specific, so I love that they went recognised, because that type of stuff is really hard to pull off, especially when you are writing music. Like, I love the fact that she also mentioned the theatricality. Like, I am a very theatrical performer. If you go on YouTube and have a look at my performances where I have performed live doing my own music, I am insane. Well, in a sense. But I have a very theatrical sound to my voice. I would actually compare it to either Serge Tankian or James LeBray. Like, Serge Tankian's fabulous vocalist, and then James LeBray, people criticise his voice, but they keep on forgetting that Dream Theater is not just about singing the notes correctly. It's about the performance and the theatricality of it all. So that's a really nice compliment. It is definitely an album that rewards repeat listeners to truly appreciate how much has gone into production. Would love to see this performed live. Well, I would say me too. I would love to perform this live. Just the hardest thing in New Zealand and just Christchurch in general, and even just within myself, is that I need to find the right people to help me with this type of project. I know many fantastic musicians that could pull off a show, but then from there it's, will they want to do the next show or for things like that. Like, I know a fantastic keyboardist, he owns his own business and is very busy. I know a fantastic bassist, he works full time and is very busy as well. I don't know that very many drummers, but I do know someone who could work well as a session drummer, but then from there he tours the world, so it would be really hard to keep it consistent. And Christchurch and New Zealand in general is a very hard metal scene to come into. Not because people hate metal, people love metal, but it's the genres of metal. People are more into the slam genres and the new death type of sound. There is a few niche ones, and they're very good, but not a lot of people want to go into the symphonic gothic style that I am in, unless they are maybe a vocalist or just something else. It's just the truth. But I would love to see this music performed live. This track does not appear on the album, but check out Chadarnook's version of Dance to the Sugar Plum Fairy by Tchaikovsky. It's a single, which raised lawsuit concerns from the distribution company, Fuck Ditto. So Jacob dropped them. I dropped them like they were my balls! And released all of his music independently through DistroKid, but that's just semantics. So to get on all the platforms and support him by listening / downloading all of his releases to help push those play back. To help put for 30 minutes a day, you gotta push play. Go outside for a walk, eat a bit of fruit, you know, that kind of stuff. If you want a good chuckle, follow him on Instagram for some dry, quirky Reese Darby vibes. Fair enough, my sense of humour is pretty bad, if I had to be brutal. But that is the review that I got. I am very grateful. I just hit the keyboard button on my thing and just went, what the heck is going on there? But anyhow, I would like to say thank you to Evana for reviewing my album. I'm very glad that you enjoyed it and you had some lovely things to say about it. Thank you to Music NZ for, existing so that it could be seen on there. And love to encourage people to actually give it a listen. Like, if it's not your vibe, I'll just encourage you just to listen to it, just to get the numbers up. Like, every musician is swimming against the tide to get somewhere with music. If you can do a little bit of help, just a little bit, we might actually make it. And then I become rich. Or I just become popular. I would rather have one and not the other, if I had to be honest. I don't like people. I like money. I don't like people.